Hello, my name is Marwan Tarazi. I'm the director of the Center for Continuing Education at Birzeit University. There is absolutely nothing that has a bigger impact on increasing or reducing fragility than good education. Every issue in a fragile context is rooted in education, be it employability, be it future of work. When we talk about tolerance, or we talk about understanding, ability to deal with conflict, when we talk about good governance, about citizens requiring good governance, or governments being able to deliver good governance, when we talk about environmental responsibility or advocacy, it's all rooted in a good educational system or lack of a good educational system. The problem is that educational systems at all levels are underperforming, be it basic education, higher education, vocational education, or lifelong learning or continuing education. Now you have hordes of people leaving the basic educational systems, whether it's higher education or basic education, and they are unemployable. And you have people that are losing jobs because of the new learning paradigms. And those people are unemployable. And then you have on top of that, a huge number of immigrations and children leaving the workplace, and those aren't finding employment. So the pool is just ever increasing. And it's a problem because we need to educate those people in order to start moving out of fragility. Now the problem is everybody's still anchored in the old educational paradigm. And everyone is stuck in this paradigm, being educators, being development agencies, being support. Now, and everyone is stuck in this paradigm, be it educators or be it development agencies. Now, Birzeit University realized that we need to do something about it. And we started to work on a systematic research agenda over 10 years ago. And through this agenda, we wanted to create an educational model specific to the local context in MENA and in Palestine. And we called this model the Experiential Learning Objects, or xLOBs. xLOBs are remarkable smart creatures. They are learning designs that provide sophisticated pedagogy which integrates both knowledge areas, science, social studies, whatever, and skills. And when we talk about skills, we're talking about personal development skills, we're talking about critical thinking, problem solving, we talk about citizenship, when we talk about understanding diversity, dealing with conflict, debating. And then on top of that, they mainstream a gender agenda into the learning system. They integrate values, they work on well-being, psychosocial. And they put all this combination together, they present it in real-life context, and they provide it to students in a stimulating manner. With this engine, our first target was the basic educational system. Now, we went to the Ministry of Education and we saw that the ministry has all those strategies within its strategic objectives, talks about active learning, talks about creative thinking and skills, and talks about learning by project. And we went to the ministry and we worked together with them. We told them we have this engine that could allow you to achieve exactly what you want while staying in line with the curriculum. And what the xLOBs are designed to do is that they provide for each subject and lesson and unit in the classroom, we have a learning object that achieves the same objectives, plus integrating all the skills into it. So what we ended up with is this powerful tool, and would be done by providing teachers with limited training on how to facilitate learning with xLOBs, and we integrate it into the basic educational system. So what we ended up with is xLOBs. These are very well-designed lessons. A lot of effort went into them, and those were given to teachers, and teachers were empowered with these xLOBs to teach very good lessons. Now, what's interesting about them is that as teachers started to teach the xLOBs, one lesson after the other repeatedly, they got exposed to the new ways of teaching and learning and the new paradigms that are required for a good educational system. So by default, xLOBs not only provided the lessons, they became a very effective learning by practicing, by doing for the teachers on new learning paradigms. When you walk into a classroom where xLOBs are being taught, you see children engaged. You see everyone participating, working in real teams. They are producing things. And teachers are not just sitting there and giving lectures. They are acting as facilitators, supporting the whole entire learning process. What we ended up with this xLOBs, a powerful transformative engine that managed to produce amazing results within the limited educational system and practically at no additional cost. Now, imagine the opportunity. We have an engine for the most critical part of the educational system, the design and implementation of good learning. What's amazing about this engine is that unlike the traditional educational system, it is very flexible, it is very adaptable, and it can work with various educational methods and various educational models. So with the explosion of educational content, tools, data, innovation, the options and opportunities of xLOBs are just unlimited. Now, what's interesting about xLOBs is that xLOB works because it was rooted in research. We were researching every bit and piece of the development of the process and the implementation and testing it out. Now, when we worked with the basic educational system in the Palestinian context with the Ministry of Education, we had a chance to do another research model to take the engine, the xLOBs engine, and test it in Jordan at a non-formal educational setting in Makani centers being managed or run by UNICEF. And we had very similar experience that in a non-formal structure, the engine itself worked very well. So now what we need to scale up xLOBs, this engine, and to try it both vertically and horizontally. Vertically working with different subjects or more subjects, and horizontally we need to work it to create a wide range of educational offerings in multiple pathways. We need to do something in basic education. We want to work with vocational education. We want to work with children out of school. We want to work with university graduates. We want to work with people who are out of jobs and looking for jobs. And we want people to learn anywhere and everywhere. We want refugees to be learning while they are on the move. We want people who are out of work and sitting doing nothing to have something to do with themselves. So we want to figure out how to utilize and constantly changing tools. Like today we have programmable devices, we have mobile devices, we have artificial intelligence coming in, we have virtual reality, augmented reality, and then another very important component, we want to use learning on very simple, no-cost devices and technologies, because what matters is what people and how they learn. So the chances of doing research and opportunities using the xLOBs engines are unlimited. As a university, we are absolutely committed to continuing our mission working with xLOBs because we have an engine, we have an opportunity to improve the lives of so many people around us. Today, the only barrier in using good education to reduce fragility is a commitment from people who are keen on reducing fragility in adapting existing tools to match the learning needs of those living in fragility. Let us work together at using education to make the world a better place for all. Thank you.